fucking fuck. Fuck off. Fuckity fuck fuck.
Fuckity fuck fuck fuck! Every great movie has an edge. This is Movie F-Words, where we unpack all the language, the mayhem, and the moments that define swearing in cinema.
Welcome to Movie F-Words, the podcast where we don't just talk about swearing in movies, we measure it, chart it, and celebrate the art of a perfectly placed F-bomb. I'm your host, Paul, and today with me are Eric, Chris, and Nathan. That's Nathan with a Y in the middle. And today we are diving into the Alien vs. Predator cinema universe. It's a showdown where the humans barely survive long enough to curse and the creatures don't speak English, but somehow still feel deeply offended. So today we're asking big questions in Alien vs. Predator. Who actually swears more? The terrified humans, the annoyed predators, or the audience watching AVP? So today it's Alien vs. Predator, a battle so intense it somehow forgot to include the F-bombs. So I know Nathan has recently seen, which one did you see recently?
I saw Predator Badlands. And let me go ahead and stop you right there, Cotton. What really grinds my gears here is I am a huge Predator and Aliens fan. Loved the Aliens when I was a kid. I had the little toys. I still have the toys, little action figures. The little action figures were based off a cartoon they never made, which I think it needs to be a different podcast, is cartoons they made off rated R movies. But that's for a different podcast. They do cuss in these movies, and that got me kind of thinking about aliens cussing. We don't really see a lot of aliens cussing. They kind of, in Predator and Aliens, they mimic what we say. And specifically in the first one, Arnold Schwarzenegger says, "You an ugly motherfucker." And, he tries to, the alien, like you said, Paul, looks offended by that. Like, how the fuck would he know what he's saying? Like, he doesn't speak English. He speaks the goobity-gop Predator language. So why he looks mad at that, I don't know. But it got me thinking about other aliens that cuss. I think Critters says fuck in it. When his little friend got blown away. And so that got me kind of thinking about what other cuss words there were in the Aliens versus Predator movies. There were none in Badlands. Badlands is a PG-13 movie. Predator 2, I think he called him an ugly motherfucker in that, but they don't cuss a lot in those movies. Personally, they probably needed to. If I saw an alien, I'd be swearing up a storm.
Well, that's what I was wondering. If I saw an alien or Predator, which is an alien anyway, if I saw any of these aliens, I think I would be a little more inclined to start swearing and fucking around with these things. Because, does it seem like these people are too macho to be swearing? It's like, you're not.
Because Jesse Ventura swears in the helicopter ride in the first movie. He's like, "I'm a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus," and that's fuck. He calls him a bunch of slack-jawed faggots. He's cussing. He just doesn't. Maybe he got killed too soon. He never sees the Predator. He just gets his chest blown out. I don't know, dude. I cuss at ugly women at the mall, so I don't know why they're not cussing at the Predator, but.
Does it seem like less is more in these situations? Like maybe it's just, let's get to the action, less about the dialogue kind of thing?
Yeah, I think with big action pieces like Predator, like Alien, I think that's exactly what it is. I think they're so unconcerned about the dialogue that they're because they just want to get to the big set pieces. So yeah, I mean, if I'm the same as Nathan, where if I was, suddenly being hunted by the Predator in the jungle, fuck would be every other word out of my mouth. But, that's just not, we're not Arnold. We're not out there with guns the size of tree trunks, shooting at this goddamn thing. So I don't think there's any way in hell that they were focusing on the dialogue here.
Yeah, but you could still run and swear at the same time. None of the guys were doing that. Even the weaker ones that got killed off earlier in the movie, they just, I'm dead, and that's the end of me.
Does anyone actually know which one's more? Because I feel like it's Alien.
It's Alien. The Alien franchise is more than the Predator franchise. Depends on what.
Yeah, they've definitely cussed.
That makes sense. Aliens. At least if you're getting hunted by the Predator, you're on Earth. You can breathe. Like if you're getting hunted by the Alien, most of the movies at least, you're on a ship in the middle of space where there's literally nowhere to go. That was the whole tagline of the movie. That would be fucking terrifying. Frankly, the Alien series scares the shit out of me a lot more than the Predator series does.
Well, most importantly, Aliens from 1986. You got Bill Paxton saying "Whoopie fucking do."
That's true.
That's important.
Well, as he should. I mean, he's a Marine. You got Marines in there, and they're not swearing at. I feel like I was, I guess, cheated out of the swearing, but the action and the story made up for it. And then we get Predator and Alien movies where they fight each other, and it's like, I mean, at what point, for the swearing, they're both mixed into those movies. So it's like, well, which franchise swears more now? Well, now they're both Alien versus Predator, which was PG-13, if I recall.
I don't think
And
it was. I don't think there's cussing in Alien versus Predator. There's
the Paul W.S. Anderson 2004 Alien vs. Predator had little or no cussing.
Yeah, and the second one, Aliens versus Predator Requiem, does not. I remember that one because that one was just a hot goddamn pile of shit. But what I don't, why don't
is that the one you couldn't see?
It's in a high school gym, literally. And I mean, how come we never hear the Predator cuss in the Predator language? I mean, we don't hear them talk. I mean, briefly. I mean, we hear the little clicks and everything like that. But as it progresses, we see their language, and especially in Predators, not the one where they're on the planet, the other one, where they actually capture one of the predators, is we see their language, and how come he's not cussing? He got fucking kidnapped by a bunch of gnomes from his point of view, and he's not like, oh shit, oh this is bad, and we never see them cuss or look like they're cussing or trying to cuss or give them the jerk off motion or something. I don't know, like what the hell?
Well, here's my theory on that, because you're absolutely right. As the franchises progressed and as they were focused more and more on making more and more money, the language gets softened, the gore gets softened, because they're just trying to appeal to a wider audience. So I think that's just the studios deciding, look, we need to make these things as close to family friendly as possible so we can make more money. I think that's what drives that.
How the fuck do you make Predator and Aliens more friendly? That's so stupid. Dude, those fucking fucks. I just can't just...
I don't know what to tell you, man. All I can tell you is that I guarantee you that's what the decision was, is that they decided, you know what, people are more inclined to take their kids to see this and take their teenagers or whatever to see this. I don't know. I'm not a parent, so I don't know what the hell people take their kids to see. But, I know when I was a kid, my mom was much more concerned about the F word than she was about, if anybody died in the movie.
Yeah, that's how it was in my house. It was the swearing part. They didn't want me to be exposed to that, but violence wasn't exactly a big deal. Of course, the violence, like you got Walking Dead on TV now, and it's, people are getting their throats cut on TV. That wasn't big thing back in the day. Was Dennis Franz's butt on that NYPD Blue or whatever it was called. So, but now they've got swearing in just regular TV shows. So why can't we have more swearing in alien movies in general? Just, space, you're in space, you've made it up there, you're fighting these aliens. Why can't we swear more? That's what I don't get.
Maybe there's not enough oxygen.
I know I already made this point, but I really think it just comes back to, this is just the studios trying to make it more accessible for people. Because there's no way in hell that you'd be trapped on a spaceship with a man-eating monster and not be saying fuck every other word. I mean, I know that I was going to say in real life, but I know this obviously would not be something that would happen in real life. But if it ever did, I would imagine any astronaut who's up there would be swearing to like crazy the whole time.
I'd be shitting my spacesuit.
I don't know what the current astronauts do we saw Apollo 13. That was PG-13. We know that they just calmly try and get themselves back to Earth. But and then there's that
in real life, that whole situation was anything like that. There's no way that was that calm.
There's also Apollo 13, where they get trapped on the moon. That was PG-13. There was like no swearing in there. And I thought, you guys are stuck on the moon with moon aliens and nobody's swearing. I feel cheated and left out.
Apollo 18. 13 was the one with Tom Hanks.
Oh, 18? Was it 18?
It was
Okay.
18. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was 13 because of
Yeah. He
the
said
bad
Apollo
bad
13. They
luck
got
Yeah,
in the.
I was
moon.
wondering which Apollo
Yeah.
13 you were
I was
talking
like, Apollo
about. Like,
13.
what
They
the
got
No.
fuck?
stuck on the moon. I'm like, well, that's close. Close enough, I guess. You're fine.
They're
No.
both in space. They're both Apollos. One is real. One's made up with moon spiders. But so, who do you think has the best fuck one-liner in these movies? Because I personally think it was Arnold when he goes, "You're one ugly motherfucker" in Predator.
I mean, yeah, I think you're right there. I'm
Yeah,
not
because
going to argue.
I think Alien missed the chance to take that title if they'd thrown a fuck into the middle of the game over man moment.
or the
I can give Alien Resurrection the weirdest use of the word fuck with Ripley saying, "Who do I have to fuck to get off this boat?"
Love Alien Resurrection. Guilty pleasure. 1000% guilty pleasure. Love that. I'm gonna go a little different. It's not the F word. It's never really not a cuss word anymore, but it was back in the day. Is Aliens in the second movie where Sigourney Weaver's in the power loader and she's like, "Get away from her, you bitch!" That's such a classic line. I mean, everyone knows it. It's been used a million times over. Not really a cuss word anymore, but real good. Who did she say no shit, Sherlock, Sigourney Weaver in the Aliens movie, or was that a different movie? She goes, "No shit, Sherlock." I swear it was one of these alien movies.
I think it was one of the Alien movies
Yeah,
because it
that we
sounds
quoted
familiar
that a
that she said
lot
it.
around the neighborhood. I remember that. We quoted that a lot. So that was a good one too. But not really an F word, but two classic cuss words. I got something. Can I go on my rant now? I'm not
What's
even
your
done
what's your
ranting.
rant?
I am so mad at the Predator and Aliens franchise. The Predator is not scary anymore. Okay. Let me back up. Let me back up here. I'm taking my sunglasses off. So I recently watched Badlands. I got halfway through the movie. The Predator, we know, comes from space, is an apex predator, since the name. Not even their name. That's something we've called them as humans. We call them predators. And they've always been alien, scary. They are the alpha species. We are no longer the top species anymore. They are. And we're little babies compared to them. They'll wipe out whole Marines before they even lose one of their guys. And it was really just dumb luck. The first one got killed. And the second one just was worn down by Danny Glover. And, he found 5 more on the ship. And you go on from there, and then they mix it with Aliens. Okay, Aliens versus Predator is something we've always wanted to see. We love Aliens versus Predator. Classic movie, the first one. They're in a pyramid. Da 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 da. It was the schlocky what we always wanted. The second one was Suck Dick. And then they had a Predators movie, which is forgettable, but the Predator got captured, got loose, killed everybody again. And then we have Predators where they're on the planet. Now, that was interesting. The Predators take people and put them on a planet, and that's when we learned there are 2 different species of Predators, and they hate each other. Okay, cool. Now we got they're still alien. They're not talking. They're not doing any normal human shit. They're just Predators. Okay. Well, now we got to Prey from the Hulu movie. Now, that's a predator to go back in time hunting a hot Native American. I like that one. That one was cool because that showed, like, them back in the day and how that kind of stuff. Prequels are always good. This new movie, it shows them talking to each other. It shows there's a brother and a little brother, and the little brother is a little bitch and can't be a predator. So the big brother has to kill him, but he doesn't, and he saves his life, and he goes on to this planet, and he finds a fucking robot, a synth from Aliens that can speak their language. Somehow a robot knows to speak a predator language that they've never encountered before up to this point. Their name's the Yahweh or the Yajit or something like that. That's what they call themselves. It's so fucking... Why do they have to take something that is scary and meant to freak you out and make it wholesome? They make it like, my big brother's protecting me. Fuck your big brother. Like, who the fuck cares? They did the same goddamn thing with Aliens. Aliens Requiem is just stupid as shit. I've watched half the TV show, but they don't look that scary anymore. I just don't.
Nathan's very
But
passionate about his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Predator from the beginning, like they've always been sentient. Like it's hard to make them truly scary because game respects game. Like they see other hunters or other fighters, and they're like, oh yeah, cool, you're a beast. I'll work with you. Like Alien versus Predator, the chick gets respect from him, gets a little mark on her face and
True,
shit.
true, true.
Like I can't hate on that. Like that, it shows that they're an intelligent species. Like the aliens are just fucking killers and
But
giant bug reptile
that's what
things
made
or
them
whatever.
that's what made them scary. I feel is that they aren't humans, and humans kill for a variety of reasons. But I mean, usually, if you want a scary human movie, they gotta kill because they're crazy. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Scream, The Hills Have Eyes, whatever kind of crazy bullshit you want to throw out there. But in Predator, it's killing because that's what it does. I want to kill. I want to be the best predator, so I'm going to hunt the best people you've got. That's just what it is. It's not personal. It's just what we do. Aliens kill people because they need a host for more aliens. That's just using you as a pod for their people. That's not personal. Again, you're just a resource to them. That's what makes it scary. Is they aren't complicated by the morals or the guilt that humans would have normally. It's just what they do.
But that's what I like about the Predator is like I don't know, he like scans that guy and sees his lungs and his lungs are like beat up and he's like, nah, fuck you, you're weak, I don't give a shit. Or like the little kid where he's like, I'm not gonna just kill this little kid, fuck it, I'm gonna kill this dude over here. Like he's too beastly for that. He doesn't give a shit.
It's a non-threat. You're non-threatening to me. It would be no fun killing you, just like it would be smashing an ant. And I forgot about this until just now. There's two other alien movies, Covenant and the other fuck one. That
Prometheus?
just Prometheus. Yes. Oh my God. The aliens are now
Fantastic film.
a goo. Shut up. Shut your fucking mouth. Just they're goo from the I forgot what they call them, the jockeys, which whatever. The jockeys made the goo, and the goo goes to the different planets, and it's supposed to be like a biological planet killer weapon. It's not an alien species. It's some runaway science experiment. Fuck off, dude. Fuck the fuck off with that.
Absolute fucking art. I love it.
I mean, you can hate on Prometheus, but the self C-section scene that'll fuck you up if you're not
Yeah,
ready for it.
That was okay. See,
it's
that was cool.
beautiful.
I like that. That just showed how tough humans can be. But once again, the alien comes out, it's all like, and blah, blah. It's almost as dumb as Alien 3, where that white alien comes out, and oh my God, that was so stupid, too. I like Alien 3. Alien 3 was good because it shows, like, Ripley died, and we're trying to figure out the alien part, and we got some of her DNA, but we can't pull them apart because they're so ingrained. They're not Ripley. They're so ingrained with each other, intertwined. The human and alien DNA, which shows you how why they need us and all that kind of stuff. But it just, I mean, God, pick a lane. Pick a fucking lane, people. The aliens being goo is stupid. They just need to be a sentient. No, they're not sentient. Maybe they are. That's questionable. They need to be a species that they just do what they do because that's what they do. But they don't need any sort of, we were created in a lab. Blah.
All right, so I have a theory. I have a theory about all this. That now that Nathan's ranted himself into silence, my
Gonna rant
theory
himself
is that,
into a
and I don't,
ditch over there.
yeah, really. So my theory is, and I don't know the right number, but I think that there is a finite number for number of films you can make about the same franchise before everything just goes completely off the rails, or you go back, like Nathan was saying, and rewrite or add in a bunch of backstory that nobody needed or knew before that really changes everything about how we look at a species or how we look at a setup. I mean, and this is for every franchise, not just Alien, not just Predator, but I mean, Scream 7 has just come out. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it's absolutely terrible.
Can I take a guess as to the number?
Sure.
Is
go
it
ahead.
is it 3?
No.
Three is probably a good number. I think you can get 4 or 5 good movies out of a decent franchise before it goes. But I mean, like, look at Freddy and Jason. I mean, those two franchises went completely off the fucking rails. So did Halloween. They tried, crossing over. That was kind of weird. Jason 10 as Jason Goes to Space.
Love
It's
it.
like
Jason 10, love it. That's
Yeah, that's a good
that's
one.
the
my
natural
point is, I'm not even
progression.
saying that that's a bad movie. I'm just saying that at some point, the plot, and I know we've gotten really far afield from actual swearing here, but at some point, the plot goes just completely apeshit because there's nowhere else to go. Because you can only write so many movies about a guy in a ghost face mask stabbing people. You know, you can only write so many movies about a guy who kills people in their nightmares. You can only write so many movies about predators or aliens or anything like that before at some point you just look and go, all right, what fucking story is left for us to tell?
Well, here's a question though. What's the series with the most sequels that is still good? You're still like, I need to see this next one.
Friday the 13th.
Wild Things or Cruel Intentions.
Nathan's not wrong
Does
there.
that have sequels?
Yeah,
They
3.
They sadly
There's
both
Wild
have
Things.
sequels, and I completely disagree with them on that one, but they do have sequels.
Yeah. I think Wild Things goes up to 3. Cruel Intentions goes up to 3, and they have a TV show now.
I think
Wow.
Denise Richards and Nev Campbell got a lot of guys through puberty. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, they got me
Yeah.
through the 7th grade
Can't-
hard.
Oh, I get
Yeah.
it.
Argue with that.
Yeah, but
That's
yeah,
a good question though, Eric, because they're like movie series like Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings come to mind where they're based on multiple books. So those really aren't sequels so much as they're just wrapping up the book series. But even that, like if you apply that to like Game of Thrones, for instance, the last season of Game of Thrones was absolute shit. So I mean, it's that that just brings me back to my point where there's just I don't know what it is, but there is a finite number where the writers just say, I'm out of ideas.
Well, the Alien and Predator books have books. I've read some of them, and they're
those
good.
are companion books, though, aren't they? Those
No.
came out. No? I didn't know that.
I'm sorry. No, they are. I'm sorry. Yes, they are companion books. They were written after the first movie. The Aliens were Ridley Scott come up with his mind and based off the H.G. Geiger, whatever fucking stuff. But no, they're companion books. But they delve into some interesting topics too, as well. And there's a bunch of cussing in that one, if I remember correctly. But no, those are good. Now, how many stories can you tell about a predator hunting different stuff? I don't know. I felt that the Predator natural progression for the 1 and 2 solid. You had one in a jungle environment, and you had one in an urban environment, and then you had it versus the aliens, and they mixed over the aliens fine. Once again, Alien 3 was a bust. It's just how it happens. I kept saying Alien 3 earlier. It was Alien Requiem or Resurrection. Alien Resurrection was the one I'm thinking of. Alien 3 was just a shit show. But Alien 3 was supposed to be a completely different movie, and that's a topic for another podcast. But yeah, and I think the Predator versus the Aliens, natural progression. And I don't know if you guys saw in I think it's Badlands, that there's a skull of the Independence Day aliens in the background. So that's in the same universe. So I feel that if there's aliens, quote unquote, whatever aliens you want to in the universe, that you could have the Predators take on those stuff. Aliens versus a planet load of critters would be an amazing movie. Aliens versus killer clowns from outer space, I'd love to see that one. That one would be fun to see. But I think there's stuff where it can go where you don't have to take it seriously, but it can be a interesting take on stuff.
I want aliens versus leprechauns.
Yeah, Leprechaun went to space. If you're on a planet,
did in the fourth one.
The only logical place to go is to space. You got to get to space eventually.
Yes.
Well, Leprechaun went to the hood twice.
Everybody has to go to New York, and everybody has to go to space.
Yeah. Paul's right. Tales from the Hood went to space. You know what? Freddy never went to space. Freddy Nightmares on Astronauts in the space station would be interesting. Just saying.
That's not a bad idea. But
I'd watch it.
Nobody pays me for those kinds of things, so I just
free.
count the times they swear in the movies, and that's all I do. So, all right. Well, that's it for Movie F Words, the only podcast brave enough to analyze swearing in movies where nobody actually swears. So join us next time where hopefully at least one character remembers how to say the F word. Not a lot of profanity, but hey, at least someone lost a spine, you know? So you've been listening to Movie F Words, where the monsters don't curse, so we did it for them. See you next time.